Hey guys, welcome to your twin flame collective reading. So let's see what sort of energies the collective is dealing with and will be dealing with. Let's see what's coming in the collective's way. Okay. Okay. And we have the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. All right. Let's see the clarifiers before we dive in. Let's see the clarifiers for the collective. Okay. Okay. And we have the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right. So, this is a collective which has been going through quite a lot in the individual and in the connection setting as well. Now I do have a powerful manifestation setting off pretty much a wave of events. There's a powerful manifestation in order to activate and or upgrade the twin flame connection. It feels to me like the manifestation hasn't actually yielded 3D results yet. And that's a situation going on because the divine masculine here in this collective is pretty reluctant, pretty very likely the divine masculine and the feminine to some extent very reluctant to move forward with the journey. It could be because one or both of the parties here involved are actually involved, committed, or even married to third parties, let's say. And there's a sense of the connection pretty much breaking up, let's say, structures which are existing if the connection makes progress. So at least one of the two twins in this type of dynamic is very reluctant to go forward with the connection because they have built themselves alive in the 3D. And I do feel a family unit, so I would say children as well, as a pair. So there's a lot of reluctance here to kind of break apart that dynamic, that unit. But that being said, I do sense a very keen spiritual and emotional understanding that if I were to do how I feel, if I were to follow my desires, my wishes, my yearnings, my soul's calling, I would be breaking up that particular family. I would be getting together with my twin. So despite the fact that you don't see 3D progress in the connection because of kind of outside obstacles, right? And other considerations aside from your actual connection, emotionally and spiritually, you and your twin are very much in tune. So I wouldn't be surprised, for instance, if you've been manifesting, you have manifested, or they have manifested the connection making progress. It's not making progress in the 3D as the efforts keep kind of building up. And yet at the same time, I'm not surprised if you would experience intense dream encounters, intense spiritual exchanges, intense telepathic exchanges, because there's a lot of energy moving between the two of you, but there's no 3D outward, let's say, confirmation or celebration of that progress because of other kind of unrelated, in a sense, concerns or priorities. And of course this feels like there's a lot of frustration on the part of the twin, more focused on manifesting, because there's no forward motion, there's no progress. And you feel it in the pit of your stomach, to the very, very, very bottom of your soul. You do feel that your twin is aware of you. You know that they are very much in tune with you, spiritually, emotionally, mentally even. And yet, there's no outward confirmation or validation, let's say, of that connection. And there is a lot of frustration being amassed on one of the sides. I'm sure you feel somehow excluded, let's say, from your twin's life, but you're not actually excluded, for one thing, because you are always connected, no matter what happens in the 3D. At 0.158 of your journey, you are always connected, for one thing. And part of the reason why you feel such a pressure to see those 3D signs is because you are feeling the connection evolving and growing in the spiritual and emotional fields. So that's why, in a sense, you feel the need for the 3D life to mirror your spiritual and emotional truth for both of you. But the nature of the circumstances here, on one or on both sides, are pretty much centered on some sort of a, I'm hearing, traditional family dynamic. So this may be the kind of belief system or lifestyle where unless it's kind of in dire circumstances, there's no separating, there's no divorcing, there's no splitting up, sharing custody and all of that. It's more of a traditional setting in which unless something very dramatic happens, we stick together, even if we're not happy together, even if we're not truly in love with one another anymore. Perhaps we've never been in love in that sense, but we function, right? Like a job, in a sense. So I fulfill my responsibilities, you fulfill your responsibilities, and everybody lives on, you know? It's that kind of a setting where the truth of the matter, the core feelings, are very different from what you can see on the outside. And then I'm sure it sounds harsh when you hear it, but I personally call those marriages hollow. Because there's no true core to them, there's no true connection to them. Not truly, not authentically, not really. They function at the 3D level just as much as you would function within a job, but there's no true connection, no true calling there. And when you feel that the calling and the connection is with someone other than that traditional official partner, of course it's going to generate a lot of frustration, because you feel the need for 3D reality to reflect as much as possible the truth that you feel within your heart, within your soul, and the truth that actually your twin as well feels, because they feel it too. So there's no doubt about it. Let's hear advice here in this situation. Let's see the advice for the collective. Of course. Flow. Going with the flow. And on the bottom of the deck we have move. Now, because we do have the flow card as your advice, this is pretty much your advice. Go with the flow, go with what you feel, go with what you know in your heart to be true, to be authentic. Follow that, follow the calling of your heart, move based on your heart, on your feelings, right? And trust in the fact that when your twin is going to feel prepared to truly embrace their feelings and their emotions on an authentic level, and you will feel prepared to do that as well, then you will. So it's simply a matter of giving each other the time and the space and the unconditional love to grow beyond social norms, to grow beyond traditional patterns of behavior, to grow beyond outside expectations, and not limit yourselves to what's expected, to the recipe, right? Going off script in a sense and doing what you feel called to do. But in order to get there, you both need to experience some growth and some I'm feeling called to say maturing, okay? I'm sure it sounds harsh, but I'm feeling called to call it maturing. There's a level of maturing that you have to go through, and you grow beyond the expectations of your family, teachers, friends, circle, whatever have you. You grow beyond that level. You mature into living based on your desires, hopes, dreams, needs, happiness, right? So that's a level of maturing that you both need to reach and embrace in order for your connection to actually make progress. But you both know the truth of the situation in your heart, so this is not a case of being unaware. It's more of a case of being unprepared at this point to embrace things fully. Now we are going to go in the extended, and we are going to take a look at how the divine feminine and masculine is dealing with this situation in particular. I hope you will join me there. If not, I'm sending you right now my highest vibes of unconditional love and support, and we'll be seeing you soon. Okay? Bye!